I am joined now by some more wonderful CBS News personalities here. Nora O'Donnell. Yes, our co-host of CBS This Morning. Bob Schieffer is with us. And John Dickerson, the host of Face the Nation. All right, so as we were going out of that break there, we just got some news that there is apparently a news conference ongoing, or perhaps has just finished, we're not sure what, of Donald Trump along with 4 women, Bill Clinton accusers, taking place somewhere here in St. Louis. And I'm wondering, Nora, first of all, what is your thought on this? Here we are, less than 90 minutes away, just getting word of this at a time when, of course, Donald Trump has been under fire for that leaked video that was released on Friday. There is that Facebook Live video that I was telling you about. Donald Trump there, flanked by Bill Clinton accusers, including Paula Jones and Juanita Broaddrick.
Well, we've never seen anything like this. Number one, I can't remember a time that a presidential candidate holding a press conference, let alone like this. But it's a clear attempt to try and change the subject from what has been the tape that was released that's damaging to his own presidential prospects, and that has led to many members of the Republican Party to say they can no longer support him. But without having seen this or what they're talking about, I can't say more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, is there something new here? Has Bill Clinton decided to run for president? I mean, Bill Clinton, I mean, all of these stories, we all know about all of this. And if memory served, Bill Clinton was impeached. The House impeached, it was impeached, and the Senate did not choose to remove him from office. So what is the purpose of this?
Meaning it's been adjudicated.
Yeah. Well, and also meaning that Bill Clinton is not the nominee. I mean, is not the nominee of the Democratic Party. He's not facing off, that the sins of the husband do not transfer to the wife. Otherwise, Melania Trump would be on the hook for Donald Trump's comments. And no one, the most partisan Democrat, has never suggested that. And so where Donald Trump is going here sends 2 messages. One, he's going after Bill Clinton, trying to argue that things that happened 20 years ago are more relevant than things he did, Donald Trump, 10 years ago. So there's a historical problem with that. And then secondarily, he's off the beam. He's on Bill Clinton, which he's trying to bring up those things. But the voter who watches this thinks that's about Bill Clinton. What you did is about you. And Hillary Clinton is over here. I think there's also a downside to being the messenger for the person who's already been caught on tape speaking in the most vulgar way we've probably ever heard heard any presidential candidate talk. But is now
most elected officials.
Yeah.
You know, and here's another point, John. Yesterday was my kind of talk to Republican senators, if I could find them, day, and I talked to a bunch of them. And one of the things that one of the people who is trying to get Trump to step down said that what we're trying to do here is, number one, get enough Republicans together to urge him to get off the ticket for the good of the party, and said our second objective is to urge him not to go down this Bill Clinton path. And they said, just in straight political terms, they said it's just a no-win because, number one, all of that has already been adjudicated, and number two, it would make Hillary Clinton appear to be more of a victim. And they said, why do we need to stir that up? It's just not good politics. But, Donald Trump makes his own rules, and sometimes these things work for him, and sometimes they don't work spectacularly.
I guess I would say this, politics is the art of coalition building. Whether you're running for a congressional race, a Senate race, or a presidential race, and how many people you can get to vote for you. And they're usually very targeted campaigns. And they're targeted with a message, they're targeted with ads, they're targeted with direct mail, and they're targeted by door-on-door knocking. And one of the challenges that the Donald Trump campaign has had is expanding the base of the Republican Party. He has a fervent group of supporters, but suburban white women voted for Mitt Romney by 14 points. Mitt Romney won them by 14 points. Currently, Hillary Clinton is leading by 2 points. Donald Trump cannot win without suburban white women. How will this particular press conference play with suburban white women? I think that's a key question today. Is he hoping that will remind them of Bill Clinton's infidelities, and so they'll switch back to him? I think, let's see. But or they want to focus on the issues that matter to them, taking their kids to school, trying to get health care, worried about national security, whatever those may be.
The voters sometimes penalize the person who keeps the focus on the ugliness. This ugliness was kicked off by some remarks that Donald Trump said 10 years ago about how gleefully he abused women. Now, as a response to that, he is asking people to look at more ugliness, regardless of the facts of the matter or whatever else. He's saying at a moment before the issues are supposed to be discussed, please keep your focus on this ugly thing. And I don't think that's great for the person keeping people focused on something unpleasant.
It's bizarre to the point, but I mean, the bottom line, and just what you're saying, I just don't think it's very good, smart politics. You know, and John is right. Are we going to now have a debate on who is the biggest abuser of women? You know, Hillary Clinton's husband or the guy that's representing the Republican Party and is their candidate? I mean, what do you do if you win that argument? You know, I mean.
Right, exactly. You get to stand on top of the rubble.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead. I'm told now we do have a bit of that tape with the audio portion. It's a little bit difficult to hear, but we can make some of it out. Let's go ahead and take a listen to that.
You ready?
Mr. Trump, does your star power allow you to touch women without their consent?
So, thank you very much for coming, and these four very courageous women have asked to be here, and it was our honor to help them. And I think they're each going to make just an individual short statement, and then we're going to have a little meeting, and we'll see you at the debate. Perhaps we'll start with Paula.
Well, I'm here to support Mr. Trump because he's going to make America great again. And I think everybody else should vote for him. And I think they should all look at the fact that he's a good person. He's not what other people have been saying he's been, like Hillary. So think about that.
Okay. Kathy Shelton.
So I'm also here to support Trump. At 12 years old, Hillary put me through something that you would never put a 12-year-old through. And she says she's for women and children. And she was asked last year on what happened, and she says she's supposed to defend whether they did it or not. And now she's laughing on tape, saying she knows they did it.
You went through a lot.
Yes, sir, I did.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Juanita Broderick, and I'm here to support Donald Trump. I've tweeted recently, and Mr. Trump retweeted it, that actions speak louder than words. Mr. Trump may have said some bad words, but Bill Clinton raped me, and Hillary Clinton threatened me. I don't think there's any comparison.
I'm Kathleen Willie, and I am here to support Donald Trump. The reason for that is the first day that he announced for president, he said, I love this country and I want America to be great again. And I cried when he said that, because I think that this is the greatest country in the world. I think that we can do anything. I think we can accomplish anything. I think that we can bring peace to this world, and I think Donald Trump can lead us to that point.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, thank you all very much. We appreciate it.
Mr. Trump, do you touch the women without their consent? Mr. Trump?
Why did you say you touch women without consent, Mr. Trump?
Why don't y'all ask Bill Clinton that? Why don't y'all go ask Bill Clinton that? Go ahead and ask Hillary as well.
All right, that was just moments ago. Again, that was a Facebook Live feed, an unexpected, unscripted moment there. A little bit difficult to hear the questions, a little bit difficult to hear the statements, but just as a strategy, let me start with you, Nora. What did you make of that, and could this really be a preview, essentially, of what we'll be seeing at the debate?
Well, I think Donald Trump has signaled that it is going to be part of the discussion that he wants to have tonight, after saying that he wasn't going to bring it up, that in the first debate that he was proud of himself for not bringing it up. He would now like to make it part of the discussion. You know, I just spoke with two of Hillary Clinton's top advisors, and I asked them the question before we knew about this particular press conference. I said that Donald Trump signaled in his midnight apology on Friday night and in tweets that he planned to go there about Bill Clinton's infidelities. What will Secretary Clinton say? And they sort of shrugged their shoulders and said, you know, we'll have to just see. We're in uncharted territory at this point.
It's not immediately clear how that grainy video is the road to greatness in America. There's just a feeling you get from watching something like that. The Trump supporters will love that counter-punching. But most of America lives in the middle. Most of America wants to be delivered from the ugliness. And so watching that, and it's very far away from where people are living their lives. And so I just think as a straight political thing, it means not only are the next 29 days of this election going to be probably, one can expect greater ugliness because the trajectory of ugliness has continued on that way. But what does it mean for the presidency, for dealing between parties, for a president if Donald Trump were elected? What kind of a country are we going to have if this is the response in this instance?
And it just occurred to me as you were speaking to, I wonder how those remaining Republicans that have decided not to call on Donald Trump to step aside will view this latest tactic. Will Speaker Ryan say that this was an appropriate counterpunch to bring these women and bring up this particular? Is this worthy of the ideals of the Republican Party? Because there's some real clear differences between the Republican Party and the Democratic Party. There's a great intellectual argument to make against what Hillary Clinton has proposed, and that is not coming from the Republican side at all. And as a result, we don't have a strong debate about the real differences between two parties, and which there are good supporters on both sides of those who want to have that debate.
Well, I mean, look at what we're talking about here. We started the week off talking about Donald Trump's complaining about a beauty contestant gaining some weight. And we went through that. And is that an issue facing the nation, as we used to say? And then we learn about somebody leaks income tax things. And then we go to this tape that we had that came out Friday on the bus. I mean, and now we come to this thing? I mean, is this what American politics has come to? I don't think most Americans want that to be where American politics has come to, John. And I just don't see how this, all chase questions and all of that are beside the point. The idea that somehow this is good politics, this is the way to get yourself elected. Maybe it is, but it's certainly not the way I think you go about it.
I think, and then on Nora's point about Speaker Ryan not only has to evaluate this and whether he agrees thumbs up or thumbs down with this specific tactic, but again, this is a trend line. Donald Trump is following his impulses, and as a supporter of Trump in public, you are attaching yourself to Donald Trump's future following of his impulse, and you have validated that. And at some point, in talking to Republicans who are still on the fence, it's going to be too late to get off the bus. When you do, people will say you get no credit for this because you stood by when this, and this happened. And so while this may not be in the list of things that people find objectionable about Donald Trump, it is a sign of where he's willing to go. Which means in the future, any politician that hangs with him in the Republican Party is along for that ride, and they may not be able to handle it. Donald Trump can handle it. I'm not sure Speaker Paul Ryan is ready to be attached to a grainy video like that.
All right, John, Bob, and Nora, thank you all so much.